Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trainophile. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe to Trainophile. On this channel, we talk about soft skills, topics related to soft skills, how to grow in your career, how to be successful in your career using soft skills. It may be listening skills, writing skills, and so on. If you haven't watched our previous videos, then do check out our previous videos and let us know in the comment box. Let's talk about our today's video. You might have heard a lot where people talk about tips on public speaking. What to do to become a good public speaker. What are the things that you can follow to be a good public speaker? But in today's video, I'm going to tell you what not to do. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 5 habits of a bad speaker. 5 things that you should avoid if you want to become a good public speaker. Stay tuned till the end of this video. Let's start. First one, making excuses. Now, who doesn't like to make an excuse, right? Putting blame on the other person, it's a lot more easy than to take the responsibility. And whoever is the person who takes or gives blame, that person basically comes across as if he or she doesn't want to take any responsibilities. These actions show that you're not ready for the responsibilities. So whenever you feel that you are the one who is making excuses, whether it is an excuse of time, whether it is an excuse of a skill, whether it is an excuse of another person, like putting in blame that it was not my duty, it was his responsibility, or it was her duty to do that job. How would you expect me to do that? So these kind of excuses, always make sure whatever is your job role, sometimes you need to extend that limit and go beyond that, go that extra mile to actually show your leadership skills and to showcase how responsible you are for the company or the employer. Number 2, we all love it. Most of the times we do it with our friends, and of course certain times we do it with our colleagues, which is a big no. So our number 2 is gossiping. Speaking bad, talking on someone's back seems unapologetic, right? There is no excuse, there is no other reason, or there is no other way where you can prove yourself after gossiping that you are right. So engaging in gossiping also allows the other person, it gives the other person the authority to talk about you on your back or start gossiping about you. Now, this leaves a bad reputation of you as an individual with your employer or within your colleagues or your seniors or juniors. You put yourself into a chain of actions and reactions which are ultimately going to be bad and going to speak about you as a personality. So always make sure that you're not gossiping with your colleagues or seniors or juniors. Number 3 is being opinionated. Now, what is being opinionated? No one wants to be bombarded with a lot of instructions, with a lot of opinions. Do this, do that. I have that experience. I've gone through this, I feel that you should do it. But nobody actually needs you to bombard on them. There is a certain way, there's a certain mannerism through which you can tell a person about your experience and let the person decide whether to go with it or whether to leave it. Okay, it's kind of dangerous when we confuse someone with our opinion or just being dogmatic about it. So these people do not cooperate with others and they have different ideas of their own. Okay, but what happens is when you get into being opinionated, that means you are actually imposing your decisions, your opinions and your wills on someone else, on others. and that shouldn't be the case. So if you feel that sometimes you become stronger, you become dominant in giving out your opinions, there's a thin line between opinion and giving suggestions. So always make sure that you are giving suggestions wherever there's required, but you are not imposing your decisions or your opinions on the other person. Number 4, again, the most favorite, and we don't even realize we actually do this constantly. And if at all, if someone, especially your dear friend, your relative, your mother, father, your sibling, if they come to you and they tell you that you are a complaint box, you complain a lot, we hate it. We hate it to the core. We do not like it at all. After all, nobody likes criticism. So here, if a person criticizes you, you don't like it, you take it negatively, and you do not act after listening to the comment. So complaining is one of the criticism, but actually you fall into the trap of complaining. So you must have heard that people who complain are a lot more difficult to please, because they keep on complaining. You do good to them, you give everything under the sun, you please them with different things, but they are not at all happy with whatever efforts you are going to take. After doing everything that you have planned, whether it's good, they are not going to like it, and if at all they like it, they are going to criticize you. They are going to tell you that this is something what it could have been better. So these people, the complainer box, also called the complaining people, they always have a problem. Complainers basically have a tendency to ruminate on problems, and they never feel satisfied. So they constantly think about problems and they constantly ruminate over it, and because of that what happens is they are never satisfied with any of the services that they get. So do not take this lightly, take this very, very seriously. And if you are trapped into this, if your actions and your reactions are kind of a complainer, then watch out for it, take a note of it, talk to yourself, give a self-talk, write about it positively. Now complaining can easily become a natural habit without even knowing, without even understanding and realizing that you are complaining about things. There are people who complain regarding work, they complain regarding relationships, they complain regarding their clothing, their friends, news, etc. Basically everything under the sun. And you know what these are called? These are called viral misery or viral misery. Stay away from being a viral misery and be a positive person. So avoid complaining in your life. Number 5, that is eye darts. Now you have heard about eye contact. Have you heard about eye darts? You know the importance of eye contact when it comes to your audience. But there's a fine line between making an eye contact and staring at your audience. Do not act as a scanner machine, as if you are finding that one person whom has confirmed for the show, or finding that one person who is interested in you. Never do that, because once you start scanning and playing around with your eye contact, zigzag, it's kind of a distraction to your audience, and they easily know that you're not confident about the topic. You are somebody who is nervous and they don't feel like listening to you. So never try scanning or locating a specific audience or a specific member from the audience. Never do spotting. Do not spot someone by giving a nod of whether that person is liking your thing or not liking your subject. Never do that. And this shows or this conveys a message that you are nervous more than anything else. So always make sure that there's a thumb rule of maintaining an eye contact. So the thumb rule is that you have to make an eye contact for 2 to 3 seconds, and the eye contact should be very, very subtle. So don't eye dart, okay? So don't just scan and just stare into your audience's eyes, okay? If you want to know, before I end this video, I want to tell you that if you want to actually understand how to become a good speaker, so we already have another video on how to be a good speaker. Please go and watch out after you watch this video. And if you want to become a good public speaker, then you need to avoid these habits which I have linked, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are 5 deadly sins of speaking. So never do this, and what you have to do is in the another video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you soon.